What's up, Las Vegas? Last October, I brought you Mickey's Monster Movie Mashup, where I had two guests and we talked about some of our favorite horror movies that also had a touch of comedy in it. This month, it's no different. Now we have Mickey's Mushy Movie Mashup with two new guests, and this time we're talking about our favorite romantic comedies. So without further ado, let's take it away. Hi, as you can tell, I have different guests with me right now. Last October, we did Mickey's Monster Movie Mashup. Because it is Valentine's Day, we are now doing Mickey's Mushy Movie Mashup. We're today going to talk about romantic comedies or rom-coms. I have two guests with me today. I have Halima Estes. She is a trainer with the Track Force Department here in Las Vegas. I also have Eddie Chisholm. He is a phone customer care representative. I think that's your guys' current title. Stop asking for phone numbers while on this video, Eddie. That's not how this works. So we're going to be talking about two movies today. We're going to be talking about two rom-coms, or what I classify as rom-coms. That's The Princess Bride and Hitch are the two that we've decided to talk about. And from my understanding, both of my guests are in trouble in one way or another. So we're going to start with Hitch. We're going to start with that movie first, just because I want to pick on Eddie before I pick on Halima. So for those who are not familiar with Hitch, stars Will Smith and Kevin James. He is a artist. He's basically teaches men how to
get women to fall in love with them.
Yeah, get women to fall in love. It's a very good job description and everything. Right. I don't know how you can get that job. It wasn't part of my high school counseling sort of situation. Yours either and everything. So Eddie, what did you think of Hitch?
Hitch was as good as it gets for the first 10 minutes because I fell asleep on the movie. So I have no idea how this movie ends. I only know how it begins. Okay, yeah. No, I don't know. Sorry.
Were you by yourself when you watched the movie?
Yes, I was.
So no date
No.
I
was not alone. I had my turtle with me.
You had your turtle with you.
Me and my turtle were watching Hitch.
That's the perfect couple for a romantic movie night.
We both fell asleep.
You both fell asleep. You and the turtle fell asleep.
Yeah, the turtle.
So Halima, what did you think of Hitch? Is there any particular scene you liked about Hitch?
I loved Hitch. I loved his allergic reaction. You know, when his lips swelled up.
I forgot about the allergic to the. Yeah. What is it? What was he allergic to again?
I don't remember.
It was a food. Something to food.
It was something with food.
But then he started drinking cough syrup like it was nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that was really cute. And I liked when Kevin James came on the boat and he thought Will Smith was like swooning his girl and taking his girl from him. And really Will Smith was just there trying to get her to go back to him. And that was like towards the end of the movie.
See, my personal favorite scene was the dance scene where Will Smith was teaching Kevin James how to dance.
Oh, when he leans in for the kiss?
No, before the kiss. That's later on. And he was trying to teach Kevin James. He's like, okay, show me how you dance. And Kevin James was like, just getting all wild. And he goes, no. And he slaps him. And he goes, no, this is you're right here. You're like, and then he totally ignores that later on when he actually has to dance in front of the girl.
And then he's all like this again.
Yeah, that's actually how Kevin James danced. That's actually how I danced in real life and everything.
Okay.
It embarrasses the heck out of my wife. She hates dancing with me
bet.
in public.
I bet.
So, Eddie, you're definitely going to have to stay awake next time and watch this movie.
Yes, it seems like actually a good movie that I'm actually interested in watching now because of all the hijinks you're talking about.
Yeah, if nothing else, it's when Will Smith high kicks. Who's the lady that was in it? The one Will Smith likes. She took her to Staten Island.
Eva
Longoria? No, it's not Eva Longoria.
Menendez. Is that her name?
Eva Menendez?
Menendez.
Is that the one with the deep accent?
No, that's the other girl.
You know,
the cruise girl.
Yeah, the popular one. Yeah.
No, it's not Jessica Biel. That was Chuck and Larry had Jessica Biel. See, this is why we don't have help from off camera. They're totally giving us. I'm pretty sure it was Eva something. We'll figure that out.
It was Eva Mendes. Yes.
All right, so Hitch, good movie. You got to watch it. Okay. He high kicks whoever the girl was at one point in time. It's a horrible. He's really good. He's teaching guys how they're really good on dates. He's horrible on a date, supposedly, is what it ends up being.
Oh, so Will Smith ends up being like the awkward one
Yeah.
On the date. Oh, okay.
It was Eva Mendes?
Okay.
Yeah, so you were right. It was like,
Yeah,
definitely
Eva
not Jessica
Mendes.
Biel.
Not
All right,
Jessica Biel.
Jessica
He looked so smooth
Biel.
in the
Shame on
beginning.
you, Nick.
In those first
Yeah.
5 minutes with that suit on, he looked real
You
smooth.
only find out later
You know,
in the
so-
movie he's not smooth at all.
Yeah, he's not smooth.
I have to see this now. I absolutely have to see this now.
All right, so now we're going to talk about what, it honestly is my favorite movie. It's like the number one, my favorite movie, Princess Bride. Okay, and I know we all took the time and energy to watch this movie in its entirety.
Absolutely.
Didn't we, Halima?
Not.
No, because
Not.
Halima let me know. At least with Eddie, he's seen more of Hitch than
Right.
you have seen of Princess Bride.
Well, the thing about Princess Bride is everyone kept saying, it's a classic. It's a classic.
It is.
And I
It
thought to
is.
myself, I don't want to watch a classic.
We're not saying
You're like,
okay. Classic's not like it was made in the 50s or something. It's a
That's what
timeless.
she's
It's a
thinking.
funny.
That's exactly
Yeah,
what
I
she's
was like,
thinking.
So
I
if
don't
you
wanna watch
didn't
a
watch it,
classic.
what did you do to prepare yourself to discuss the Princess Bride?
I
Halima?
interviewed some family members and I read the Cliff Notes.
You read the Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
You want to give us just a quick overview of what you think the movie was about?
Yeah, this little boy, he was in bed and his dad, who I found out wasn't his dad because
No.
you told me.
Yeah, it was his grandfather.
His grandfather, okay, was reading him a story about a princess who had to marry a prince that she didn't want to marry, and the prince sent her dream guy to the front line to fight a war.
Yeah, and this was when I pretty much stopped Halima because whatever Cliff Notes she was reading was maybe 40% correct. So luckily you did not get these Cliff Notes in high school to write a book report on this thing.
I'd be in trouble.
Or, yeah, you would have been in a lot of trouble. So no, you have to watch this movie. I mean, there's action, there's romance, there's kissing. There's this great...
And the guy from the Wonder
kissing.
Years.
Yeah, Fred Savage.
Savage.
Yeah, he's on there.
He's the little
Yeah,
boy.
he's the
in
little
bed.
boy. He's getting this...
Yeah.
He has this great scene with his grandfather and everything where his grandfather's reading the story. He's like, stop. He goes, what? What's your problem? They're kissing again. Is this a kissing book? It was like, the grandfather says something to the son, which has stayed with me all these years. When you're older, you might not mind the kissing so much. All right? That's a great advice.
And this is the thing. It's like right in the middle of the story itself. Like you're deep into this movie and they cut away and this little boy in the bed like, wait a minute, hold up, stop the movie, stop everything. Why are you kissing?
I know, it's
Like,
just
why
a
are you-
different...
It just stops everything. Like you're like, what? Wait. But
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
does it.
there's sword fighting, there's action, there's romance, there's torture. Everything that involves in love.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I'll have to check it
absolutely.
out. I'll check it out.
So what was your
I'll
favorite
watch
scene
it.
in the movie, Eddie? Princess Bride, what's your favorite scene?
Honestly, I don't have a favorite scene in the movie. It's just, I guess, a few that I would remember. I guess when Fezzik, I know their names, and
It's Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant,
Okay.
and Mr. Montorio, which is the Spanish guy in the movie,
Yeah.
which is one of the stars. When they first meet the masked man, and on the top of the
The
cliff,
Dread Pirate Roberts, yeah.
right, Dread Pirate Roberts, right, and he's climbing up, and once he gets there, Fezzik and the the little guy goes ahead,
Yeah,
the leader
the
of
Sicilian.
the Sicilian,
Yeah.
He's
See,
the
I've seen this movie a lot.
Right, the funniest guy in the movie, almost right here, hit that guy right there. But when they go ahead and he leaves the sword fighter, the Spanish guy, to fight the Dread Pirate Roberts, and he has this line. He says, "Oh, you think you have me, but one thing you did not know, I am not left-handed." And he switches his sword, and then he starts to beat the dude because Dread Pirate Roberts was beating him, and then he let him know his big secret. He's like, "Oh, I'm just playing with you." So he switches the sword over and fights him like that. But that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Yes,
So-
one.
I do love that scene too. I love the
Yes.
sword fighting scene. I
Yes.
actually, in high school for a theater class and everything, me and another friend, we actually recreated that whole scene.
Really?
I got to be Inigo Montoya, so I lost.
Gotcha.
But you wanted some fun, go to YouTube. You can see that scene with lightsabers,
Wow.
which totally changes the whole scene itself.
The whole thing, right?
Yeah. So I actually enjoyed it though when they were going through the swamp. and they ended up with the ROUSs, the rodents of unusual size.
Yes.
Okay, so and the different traps that they've
Right.
done in there. That was probably one of my favorite scenes.
I think that was like his bravest moment right there when he dove into the quicksand to bring her out the ground. You
Yes.
know, that was like the. That was
This
like,
sounds
I also liked to the pain, not to the death. At the
Yes.
end. All right,
Yes.
so
okay, we can go.
we're giving you. We
Yeah.
keep talking about action.
I
This
was
is a
gonna say,
rom com.
it
There
sounds
is
more
romance,
action
but
than
it's all
romance.
because he does this all because he's in love with a woman. It's romance, and there's lots of comedy in there.
One thing, and I have to correct her. He's not a prince. He was a
No,
lowly...
Prince Humperdinck was.
No. The Mary the Prince. Okay, yes, he was.
Yeah.
But Wesley was a farm boy. The
Yeah.
farm boy that started out.
That's the one that went to war.
That's
No, he
the-
didn't go to war. He
Oh, he
just
didn't go
he went out on a ship to try to make his fortune, and he became a pirate.
So-called, right?
No wonder you like the movie.
Yeah,
Mickey.
no wonder I like the movie.
No
Yeah.
wonder. It all makes
So,
sense.
but he is the love of the lady's life of. Please say her name.
Buttercup.
Buttercup. He's the love of Buttercup's life, and so basically, it's about
Great
him
names.
going through all of this to get back to her.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All right, so obviously, next time I do this, I'm going to make sure both my guests have seen all the movies. But Eddie, thank you for joining us. You definitely know you have to watch Hitch now, and Helena, thank you
Absolutely.
for joining us, and you know you have to watch The Princess Bride.
Yes.
And I'd like to thank
Absolutely.
everyone for sticking with us during this episode of Mickey's Mushy Movie Mashups.